Hello, folks. How you doing? Welcome to Football Uncensored, another weekly review of the Premiership. As the mighty win six. No, Premier League, man. It's been Premiership was until
Premiership.
92, end of 91, and now Premier League. So, but good, interesting weekend, of course. Hit the like button if you don't mind. Subscribe to the channel if you're new. If you're a Premier League fan, whatever team you follow, we're going to be covering your team here. We're going to give the results, of course, of every single match this weekend. We had some interesting matches. We got the match of the week, which Aston Villa Arsenal was interested. We did the watch along here. We also did the watch along of the first match that we're going to talk about and start with is Brighton Man United 2-1. Interesting match, of course. Man City is well played, but hat trick from Haaland. Interesting hat trick from Madueke, playing against Wolves. Chelsea beat them like a drum, literally. But is that the real Chelsea? We'll have to see. Blue board analysis, mate. I see you in the chat, but I sent you the link though to the show if you're free to come. If not, it's all good, brother. Just letting you know in case you didn't see it. We got 45 minutes to do the show, so we won't take too long because we got other stuff going on as well. But interesting matches this weekend. Obviously, coming up, we're gonna do the preview on Friday at 9 p.m. as well of the Premier League, the big derby of England, many would say. Liverpool, Manchester United, or where is it? Manchester United? Is it at Old Trafford or Anfield? Might be. I think it was maybe Old Trafford. So regardless, big match on Sunday, and that's after Newcastle United play Tottenham. That's the second
Yeah.
biggest match this weekend as well. So two big matches coming up. Of course, you got Chelsea, you got everybody else playing, but
Super Sunday.
Super Sunday, of course, Manchester United, Liverpool, and then Newcastle United against Tottenham. It's going to be really, really interesting this Sunday. But let's start with you already know, mate. This matchup right here, Brighton beating Man United 2-1 in injury time. That was at the end of the game, clutch time, crunch time.
What a change. Man United getting beaten injury time instead of getting the winner in injury time.
I tell you what, man, and that was a heartbreaker to say the least for Ten Hag and the boys. Um,
Well,
but
especially after the disallowed goal that they had, because that, to be fair, that was unlucky.
wait, which one are you talking about?
When it came
Oh,
off his knee,
Garnacho. Yeah, Garnacho. Well,
yeah.
Garnacho scored, and then who did he hit? Hit
I said
somebody.
Diallo's knee, didn't it, I think?
Maybe so. No, but Diallo did score.
Yeah,
Um,
Diallo scored, but the Garnacho goal that never was, if you like.
yeah, no, that was a good one too. Good execution, but it
Yeah.
was legal. It's a legal.
Xerxes it was, that's right. Thanks, Pierre.
Xerxes, there you go. But look, man, it was offside, and people get on there. I just don't. I don't see it when people complain about this stuff, man. It's clear as night and day, man. It hit
Yeah,
the dude's leg. He's offside behind, in front of the ball.
yeah.
There's nothing to be talk about. But impressing from Brighton, of course. Brighton right now, coming after a tough season. Right now they're sitting second, of course, behind Man City because of goal difference. But I don't really tend to look too much at the table, man. But they are up there, I guess. Um, and of course, I don't expect Man United to end up 11th, but it just with Man United, it's a Pandora box that if they lose one day, it's the end of the world. Pundits, YouTubers, podcasters lose their mind. It's hell on earth basically. And when they win the next week, everything is great. We're back, mind you, biggest club in the world. You guys want to be like us. You hate everybody hates us. Like I don't just play the damn games, man. It's a. But what did you make of this game? We watched it. Obviously, we did the watch along. But good for Brighton. Really poor
Well,
game management for Manu.
it's exactly what I predicted. 2-1 Brighton. I thought it would be a tight game. It was a tight game. And Brighton and Hove Albion just had enough to stay on top. Danny Welbeck scoring yet another goal against his old club. He is now the high. Well, he already was the player, ex-Man United player who scored the most goals against his old team.
Mhm.
and he just added to that record on Saturday.
Paul Clarkson, he'll be gone by Christmas. Well, look, if this continues, obviously, look, I don't think Ten Hag is a good manager. I mean, I
Postcards.
understand that he's won a few trophies that I, as a fan of Newcastle United, would like to have. But
Absolutely.
but the thing here is that you're in Man U right now. I have no doubt that Eddie Howe manages Man U and he wins the FA Cup. He wins the Carabao Cup. It's because it just will happen. But the team doesn't play good. They really, you don't look at the table and say, I know a lot of people were, I think, what's this guy, Neville, he said that he really believes the Man United can push for the league. Come on, man. You know what I mean? It just, I just don't see. I don't think any team fears Man United in the Premier League at this moment in time. Do you?
Yeah.
I'm asking you. Do you?
No, no, I agree with you.
It just,
But I still think they'll be up there. Don't get us wrong, because
I
they've
think
got
they'll
two
fight
good,
for Europe,
yeah,
just
they've
like
got two really
the
good
rest of us,
players,
just like the rest of us, because of the players they
but
got.
I think
Exactly.
Brighton and Hove Albion will be up there as well. I mean, they've spent a
Uh,
lot of money in the summer, Brighton,
yeah, but
a
nah.
lot of money. And this is, as I said on Friday when we did the preview, this is the first season that Brighton haven't had to sell one of their top players in the summer window.
Yeah.
So not only have they retained what they had, which was a reasonable squad, but they've added to it.
Um,
So they'll be there or thereabouts.
I don't know if they'll be. I'm not convinced yet. They're going to be fighting for Europe, Brighton, but maybe so, maybe so. But
I'm talking about the bottom there, 6, 7, 8, 9
yeah,
kind of
it's
thing.
a thin line between Europe and mid-table.
It
To,
is
to so,
nowadays, especially.
but I think Man United will be fighting for fourth, fifth, sixth, just the same as Tottenham, Newcastle, and possibly Chelsea, West Ham, maybe, even though they lost their first game. So that's something to keep an eye on. But I mean, at the end of the game, though, and losing it at the 95th minute, it was just poor management, man. I mean, and, you just,
Your mic's going, Chris.
do you hear me?
Yeah, but it's you're doing you'll not know how I'm on about. You're doing a note up, or is it mine that's going?
No, I hear myself good. And let us know in the comment section which one, whose mic is bad. I haven't done anything. I'm just,
Well, I know if my mic's bad, I know who's to blame for that. And mine, I'm doing a Norman Collier now
man.
in my own ears.
Why? It's an echo?
But no, it's cutting in and out.
No,
Well, it's
both.
both sound fine according to
Yeah, because
Mighty Mac.
that's the important part. Them, the audience. But look, terrible for Man U. But listen, it is what it is. It's part of the game. Only week 2, so all this Armageddon. You can't. I guarantee you that the streets of Manchester have been closed right now because of everything. If you go by what YouTube pundits when they talk about Man U when they lose, man, yeah, you figured that it's a chaos um, and you can't walk in and out of Manchester at this point. At least one half. The other half is very happy, living in the skies, literally blue
Via,
skies.
via vacancy and wins make us bad. Crap keeps coming out
Yeah,
of it.
exactly. Hit the like button, folks. Come on, hit the likes. Um, all right. So that was Brighton, Man U. You say Brighton will fight for Europe. I'm not convinced yet, but Man U certainly. I think they'll. I think Man U. The greatest thing that they got right now is that they get results. And that's just one of the things that will continue, in my opinion, this season is that they will continue to get results and manage draws and win a game, even though they play horrible the whole match. It's just part of being in that Man U. It's just that's what they do. All right, so let's move on to the next one. Let's go with. Let me take a look at it real quick.
Aston Villa Arsenal.
Well, we're gonna get into that, of course. But let's talk about this Manchester City, man. I mean,
Interesting.
nobody talks about Man City. I think they're boring to talk about, in my opinion, because all they do is win. Their scorers score. Haaland scores hat tricks. They just did one. He just did one. He literally scored hat tricks on 10 teams, I think, in his career. Um, but I mean, it's like It's like nothing, man. They just literally are too good. Gundogan comes on the pitch. Everybody's going crazy. It's all a party for Manchester City. Is there any way, shape, any reason as to why they shouldn't win the league this season?
Not logically, and I've obviously backed them to win. Well, I'm saying I'm backed them, but I've tipped them to win the league. They're just too good, simple as. Top to bottom, and not just the 11 on the pitch, but arguably 11 on the bench as well, who can come on and not drop the standards dramatically. Okay, it might not be the brilliant best that it can be, but still very, very, very high quality.
Now, bear in mind,
The likes of Grealish coming on for Doku or Foden coming on for Gundogan. Yeah, it just goes on.
bear in mind, they played against Ipswich, who hunting at the zoo. But
Except Ipswich give them a scare.
they gave them a little scare in the beginning. But see, that's Man City though. Like in the Champions League, maybe 2 seasons ago or 1 season ago, they were every time they went to like Red Star. I don't even know where they played, to be honest. With all due respect,
Belgrade.
yeah. So they start losing, but you don't see that panic. All you see is adventure. We're going to score. We're going to draw this game. We're going to win it. And it's just once they start playing, it almost feels that way. And it feels as well. You are a big Premier League defender, but man, this is Farmer League to say the least, man. The
It's getting that
last,
way.
yeah, and you defend the Premiership. But I mean, you can say the other teams do compete for it, but do they really though? I think Arsenal. I think the top
Well,
three do compete for the title. Nobody else.
well, no. To be fair, Arsenal have run them close the last 2 seasons, and the previous 5, Liverpool ran them close, winning 1, of course. Otherwise, they would have had 8 on the trot. I mean, bear in mind, Liverpool got 97 points and still didn't win the league. That's just crazy.
Yeah, because of the amount of goal scoring that's going on, it's kind of hard. But it's only 3 teams or two to 3 teams that push for it. When's the last time you actually saw a proper race of this so-called top 6, or maybe a dark horse? When is the last time? Last time a dark horse won it was Leicester.
That's that.
And that was
2017,
a million years ago.
2016.
And other than that, man, it's been a 2-3 team battle, but the same winner. So
Well, it's only been Arsenal for the past couple of years.
3 years, 2 or 3 years. Who was that? Liverpool won in 19, but then again, we're talking about the same teams.
The year before that, 21-22 season, that was when we beat them at the Park.
Yeah, but what
And
is that got to do with
almost prevented them getting into the Champions League. And when we beat Tottenham, we did prevent them.
Well, and also they did play Chelsea, which is a big team, of course. But the question is, the jury's still out on Chelsea. We don't know what they're going to be at this point in time. They lost the first one, and obviously against them, but they won one that's incredible, which we'll get to here in just a moment. But let's get into Arsenal, man. We watched that one here as well. We did live commentary for Arsenal Aston Villa. That was the match of the week for the Premier League this weekend. And I mean, Aston Villa did fine, but they just couldn't finish their dinner.
Yeah, that's a problem. I mean, Ollie Watkins, will he get? Well, he certainly not get 2 better chances than he missed, and you could argue 3. But absolutely, that's it. Arsenal won, but Ollie Watkins puts us 2 away. They're 2-0 down. It's a completely different game. Completely different game.
But what does it make of a team that? I mean, Arsenal did. I thought they played better than Aston Villa though overall.
Oh, I didn't. No.
You didn't think they played better?
No. For the last 20 minutes, they did. For the
but that
first.
What do you mean? if it was a pretty even match all throughout, and then if they play better at the end, that makes them better.
Well, yeah, but when Villa were on top, which was most of the first half and start of the second half, Rodgers was just running through that Arsenal midfield like it wasn't there, and they created the chances that Watkins. How we missed them, I've got no idea. They hit the bar. They hit the bar twice, I think.
Oh yeah, they did hit the bar though. Yeah, they hit the bar.
That's it. And then they had the handbags business when they had the fracas in the corner, which was ridiculous because Saliba brings the ball away from Watkins, who taken it to the corner flag. He comes away with it. The ball runs away from him, so McGinn smashes the ball into Saliba, hoping that it's going to bounce off him for a Villa corner. But instead it bounces in over, and Ben White gets annoyed about it, and he thinks McGinn has kind of hit the ball at Saliba with intent to do harm, so he just boots the ball straight into McGinn. And then all hell broke loose, of course. But fortunately, they had a good referee on the job.
Yeah,
Michael Oliver, who we
Oliver.
never get. And he just calmed it all down, said, right, all lads, behave yourselves.
Yeah,
Get on with the game.
Good goal by Thomas Partey, who I didn't really, think too much of, but great work doing DM. Reminding me of N'Golo Kante. Really good stuff. We have to see if he can continue that. But Calafiori came on for Arsenal. He's been, the Arsenal fans have made, man, like they signed Cafu, and but he played a couple of minutes, and so I guess he was all right. He cut a few scuffles there with some Aston Villa players, but I mean, look, I think
interesting. They're showing Partey there with Saka the assist. Why are they not showing Saka assist for the Trossard goal as well? Because it wasn't that was another. Saka did well in both of those.
And that's my next question. My next question to you is going to be: how important is going to be Bukayo Saka for this Arsenal team? Is he the best player on this Arsenal team right now?
He's the only one who seems to be able to create something from nothing.
Hey, that's what I say about Harvey Barnes, man, and you're the one that debates me on that.
Well, because Harvey Barnes doesn't always do it.
Well, you got to do it. That's what I'm saying.
Yeah, he didn't do it on Saturday, did he? Well, he made a difference.
He didn't do it on Saturday. What are you talking about, man? He literally assisted Anthony Gordon. And before that, as soon as he came on, he was getting busy. You're unfair, man. You have zero conviction.
No, you just, as I say, you think Harvey Barnes. This is not the Newcastle show, right?
No, it
you
isn't.
Think Harvey Barnes is Messi.
No, I didn't say that. I said like Messi or any other. I'm using Messi because he's a clear example. If I tell you me playing when I was in high school means nothing, although I was similar. But you know what I mean. I was saying to that, but you don't. I didn't care for being a footballer, man. I just thought about doing something else. But by the way, rest in peace, Van Goren Eriksson, of course, former manager for England. He did pass away today. Kind of was, knew about this already. He kind of knew this was close because he gave his last messages last week, telling people enjoy life, live your life, and of course he passed away today. Sven Goran Eriksson at 76, man. Former England manager. He managed in the Premier League, of course, too, right?
Yeah.
Did he not manage Man City? Oh no, he managed Man United. Did he not?
No. Who did he manage? He did manage in the Premier, of course. Wasn't Chelsea. It was who the hell did he manage? That's a good question.
That's a good question. But he didn't manage England.
I'm ashamed not knowing the answer to that one. I can't think off the top of my head.
City. He did manage City. I told you, old twat. He did manage City, man. I knew it. I knew he used to wear a sky blue tie. I knew it. But anyways, rest in peace to him, and of course his family. Thoughts out, sent to them, and that. But Sven Goran Eriksson, I'll tell you what, man. He lived his life and he loved women. Let's just put it that way. That was his passion. James Cough says Leicester
Yeah,
as
'cause
well, I think.
it was after the England job. That's right.
Uh,
I
Ja-
was thinking before.
yeah, James says Leicester as well, I think. Leicester? I don't think so.
Yeah, that was who I was
Did,
thinking of, Leicester.
did he?
Yeah.
Well, they must have been in the championship. Or no. Maybe not, man. I don't know.
No, 10, 11.
Yeah. All right. Well, next one is up, of course. Hey, last but not least, you still think that Arsenal are going to drop and be 10th, like you said?
Yep.
That is a shame, man.
Unless if they get Raheem Sterling, which there's talk about, or if they get Victor Osimhen, which there's no
No,
talk about.
Chelsea. No, Chelsea is heavily linked. Now, whether that's going to happen or not, that's a different story. Any matches left on Saturday that we want to talk about? Crystal Palace, of course, losing to West Ham United. We talked about Mark Gee, a potential signing for Newcastle United. Um, not performing well. That's also been a topic, as well as he walking off the pitch, waving at fans, saying bye. Is he saying goodbye? We have to wait and see. But West Ham, of course, just take a quick look. Jared Bowen, your
Yep,
man,
my
scoring
man.
with an assist from Maximilian Kilman. Good player as well, Kilman, 72th minute. And of course, Thomas Suzek scoring at the
Subject.
60 at the 67th. My man, James Ward-Prowse, we need to have him at Newcastle, man. I'm telling you, man, you're missing out. Missing out.
Nope.
He'll put it on as if he used his hands, man. That's where he'll put it, right there. Accurate. I'm telling you, man. Yeah, I'm telling you. James Ward-Prowse
Well,
from Newcastle.
they've spent a lot of money in the summer as well.
They did.
Hell
They
of a
did.
lot of money.
Oh yeah, yeah, yeah. And look, I was gonna say cry. I do say cry when I talk to about Crystal Palace, but I only do it, not live. I just did it. But cry is not gonna do too well, man. I don't think this season, Crystal Palace. I think they're gonna see the
Well,
effects of losing
it's like
because they
any
were doing
club.
really good.
Any club, if you sell they finish the season like a train, and then they sell their best players. Well,
But
it's just
isn't that part of the food chain though?
well, not if you want to. If I was a Crystal Palace fan, I'd be up in arms.
Yeah, man. But
They
at the end of the
don't
day,
need the money.
exactly, they don't need the money, but they know their place in the food chain. And if a big teams come, what you gonna do? They rattle the players, man, and contracts mean nothing anymore, old man. It's not like back in the day. You have a contract, that means nothing now. First of all, if they have a release clause, you're done, and if they got money, they want to pay for it. Second of all, even if you don't have it, they come and shake the player's head, convince him he wants to go. Do you want? The question is always the chicken or the egg. Do you want to have a player that doesn't want to be there just because he got a contract? Hence Margay. You can say the same thing about Gordon, linked to Liverpool. You can say the same about many other players. Right now in the Premier League. So, but I
But
do agree. That's why Crystal Palace won't be good.
ultimately, the power lies with the club.
That's true. But again,
And if
I'm
you
asking
say
you: Do
no,
you?
you're not going,
Oh,
they
I'm,
can't go.
but I'm asking you: Do you want a player that doesn't want to be there? And
This
that's
is
not
you know, they're still going to play. They still want to keep their stock high.
well. And plus, this guy in these cases in particular, like specifically Margay, he's going to be free in a couple seasons.
But
So
you could do what West Ham did with Declan Rice the
they
season before last. They
they
said,
were
look,
pretty stern.
they said, look, give us one more year, and then you can go with our blessing. And that's what he did. And in that 1 year, they won the conference.
Yeah,
They
well,
won
that's
the
good.
Conference League.
That's a good point. And West Ham did get a lot of money for Declan Rice, to say the least. By the way, Fulham beat Leicester City. What was your? We need to write down your predictions, man, because you were wrong half of the time. Um, uh,
Yeah, we got VAR.
yeah, we gotta go check the preview, man. But did you say Fulham was going to beat Leicester? So for some
I
reason, I
did.
just have faith in Leicester, man. I don't know. I think they might stay. We talked about Man City, Ipswich, Southampton losing to Forest in the Tree Derby. Um, in the Tree Derby, man, I'm telling you.
Because they've both got a tree on their badge.
we're gonna play Forest, of course. Well, again, this is not a Newcastle channel, but Newcastle are gonna play Forest in the Carabao Cup Wednesday. Carabao Cup is back, man. You got any? I know you're gonna say Newcastle are gonna win it, but any other team that you can think? Man City, are they gonna win it again?
You just look at the top here. That's you can guarantee by the time it gets to the semi-final stage, there'll be at least
All Premier League team.
there'll be at least 3 of the top 4.
Yeah.
3 of the top 6. Sorry.
When's the last time smaller, relatively smaller, or median or unexpected team won the Carabao Cup or the FA Cup?
Oh, let's have it. Middlesbrough won it.
Back when you were 12,
That's
man.
well, McLaren was there then, so that shows how long ago that
That's a
was.
question for the chat. Let me know.
Leicester won it.
This Leicester won it? The 16 Leicester?
Yeah, no. Well, but before
The
there were
team.
the 16 Leicester.
Oh wow, I mean that's a few
Oh,
cups. Leicester, big team, man.
who else won it?
Paul says Portsmouth.
Portsmouth won the Carabao. Can't remember that.
Yeah, those are the names. I think that might be it. But we'll have to go look it up, of course. But Southampton did lose against Forest. There you go. The next one on Saturday, we got to talk about Tottenham and Everton. Paul was saying incredible images from Everton fans. They are losing their mind because I think at this point they can smell it, man. And there is a cry right now from Everton fans because they can smell the sauce from the kitchen. And unfortunately, that sauce means relegation from Everton fans. But I mean, obviously, nothing. Still got a lot of games to play. But losing back to back 4-0, that ain't good, man.
Well, losing at home 4-0 isn't good. But as I say, bear in mind that was to Brighton, and I think Brighton are going to have a good season. I think the two teams we've just talked about, Brighton and West Ham, are both going to have.
Yeah, but what about Tottenham? I mean, still the four. I mean, come on, man. You got to worry. You're Everton.
This is going to be one hell of a Premier League season. I'm telling you.
Here we go, man. So what were your expectations with Everton?
Well, I thought, as I said, Tottenham will win comfortably.
No, I'm talking about this season for Everton.
I think they'll just stay up. If they painted the Titanic blue, it wouldn't have sunk. It wouldn't have gone down.
What the hell are you talking about, man?
I'm saying if they painted the Titanic blue, it wouldn't have gone down.
Well, is that where the Titanic came out of? I thought it was the Southwest.
Everton just well, no, it came out of Belfast actually in Northern Ireland. But I'm just saying
it went to England, didn't it?
If they painted it blue, it wouldn't have gone down because they just have some knack of staying up.
Because well, we got some shocking images to share with you, Everton fans supporting the lads. As this post, obviously, I think that wasn't the case at all. But let me try to see if I can zoom in on this one. I don't know. There you go. Let's just take a watch, a listen. Are these the players? Oh yeah.
Fucking 80 grand a week, you fucking wanker.
Wow. Oh man. Yeah. What a wow.
That is really gonna want that team.
Man, you say that, but look, man, some of these you gotta understand. A team is full of young players, old players, players that don't give a damn, and some of these things might not help a young guy. How can that help a young guy with no personality yet? It might help a leader, a true leader. How many of those do Everton have?
But
that's
that's
the thing,
exactly
man.
the point I'm making. I'm saying, who expects those players that have now been abused like that
Exactly.
to turn up on a Saturday and give their all for that supporter base?
Well, and I think it's
You know
just
that
this.
that's not to say you're not. Of course, you're allowed to criticize them. Of course, you are.
Well, look, let's be fair.
But
A
for
lot of this goes on.
example, on Saturday, what it was Saturday, wasn't it? Yeah, I think so. Pickford, when he, dropped the bollock for the second goal and got it taken off
Oh
his
yeah.
toes, a bit like we did with the Southampton keeper, the pass from the Southampton keeper the week before. He held his hands up, Pickford, and he said, "My fault, it's on me." I mean, obviously it was,
Yeah.
but that wasn't any of the other players' fault. It was his fault, and he owned up to it. He took the blame.
Well,
But
yeah, but I mean,
but
it's still
abusing player, I just don't
right.
see what constructive thing
Look,
can come out
well,
of.
in let me from a South American perspective. In South America, a lot of this goes on, and it's because the fans feel as if they are literally the 12th man, saying we're going to have to wake these guys up. We're going to have to wake and rattle them up because we are the fans and we are, you know what I mean? And I'm not going to. I'm actually not all fans. I'm talking about in South America, the Barra Bravas, meaning the hooligans,
The
those
ultras.
twats, the ultras. Those are the ones that actually, unbelievably enough, have access to the club by somebody. They actually go to. Sometimes they get into the dressing room and all that. Unheard of in Europe. But the thing is, I'm sure that's their purpose. But you can never expect this. I keep telling folks this: you go to the stadium. I don't give a damn if you like who's playing or who's managing. You got to support. If I see somebody booing next to me, I'll smack the taste out of them right in front of my very eyes. Because the point, and that's where I agree with a lot of stuff goes on in our chat. Uh, when I say doing the say supporters, you need to go to the match and support. After that, you can criticize and you can argue, you can debate and do all that stuff amongst ourselves. To just go and press players, I don't think it's going to happen. But the dude was losing his mind, wasn't he? You one blip blip blip.
80 grand a week.
80 grand. Hey, let me tell you something. They lost their mind over there, man. But we got to move on, of course. Uh, that was different.
Queenie's saying I agree when I don't see the point in abusing the winning side.
Man, that's funny. Anyways, actually, I just didn't want to lose this right here. There we go. So okay, so we got to go to Tottenham. And we did play Tottenham. Do I mean Son scored again? Basuma, Christian Romero. You know, the
Couple for Son, wasn't it?
the cover of Son is unbelievable, man. But I mean, we have to see. Newcastle has got to play him this weekend.
Romero, I mean, that was straight from it, literally straight from a corner.
Yeah.
And Everton are normally very good at defending set pieces. That's one thing that Dyche's got them good at, but you'll never get an easier goal than that.
Yeah. Anyways, moving on. We got to move to Sunday. Just to honorable mention. Obviously, we're going to talk about Newcastle later on. We already did review for that anyway. But Newcastle versus Bournemouth, drawing 1-1. The biggest, Newcastle was horrible, and Bournemouth did have good moments. I really like Semenyo. Hopefully, we already got a bid in for Semenyo at this moment in time. We need a right winger, but the play of that game at the end, a lot of rival fans saying this should have been a red card, and I actually, at the moment, thought it was a red card. I don't think it was a red card anymore, for the simple fact
Yeah, everybody
that
was saying close lane.
where he's at. I mean, it is kind of a close line. I keep using that term just to have fun, but he's at. I don't necessarily think that he. I don't agree that he should have done this, because I understand what you were saying. He's trying to prevent an offensive play, which is bullshit, because he's not preventing nothing from there.
Well, it
And
really is.
we saw the damn. In that case, we do all things and prevent any attack. No, you got to have to, because now that yellow card is going to weigh in on him. especially being a midfielder. But I don't think it was a red card because here it looks like he took his Adam's apple. His Adam's apple is on his back of his head, but he's not. It's not. It's actually from this view right here. Next up. Oh wait, where is it?
His
From
chest.
Oh, I thought I had it so I can show it. From the other view, from a camera from this side on the right side, you can see that it's on his chest. I mean, his whole arm is on his chest. So, and obviously no ill intent on that player at all. But I think that talking about refereeing in this match is not the way for Newcastle or Bournemouth fans. I think Bournemouth has some things to go by on this from this match, and Newcastle have to do a lot better. They can't play all this bad in the next match against or tomorrow or I mean Wednesday against Forest or against Tottenham. I would assume if that happens, then there's going to be an issue. I don't know if I know if Magpies are going to get like these Everton fans. But anyways, that was that. Wolves Chelsea, another match. A lot of score. Madueke, man, on losing his mind. Uh, on the good sense of it, scoring 3 times, linked to Newcastle United, but I don't think he'll come again. Cole Palmer 3 assists. Cole Palmer is unbelievable. I think Pep Guardiola made a mistake on Cole Palmer, man. But Joao Felix as well, the new signing, assist from Pedro Neto, a new signing. Chelsea, it depends, man. They lost against City, but we shall see how they perform. But I mean,
Well,
this is pretty
lots
good.
of teams will lose against City.
Exactly. Mateus Cunha scoring for Wolves and also Larson. But Chelsea looked pretty decent on this one, man. Any
Yeah.
thoughts?
First half, they looked very ropey defensively, and then they got their midfield sorted out. They had Caicedo was given the 8 role, box to box, and what do they call him again? Man? Fernandez
Fernandez.
stuck in the 6 role, and it made all the difference.
Yeah. Madueke, I think, will be a part of this team. So
Yeah,
he
I don't
won't
think
be.
we're going to get him. Not no.
Um,
And if we do, his price has just gone up 30 million.
the good thing about Chelsea in this match is they score very quickly, and that's always a positive for any match to start any match, to say the least. So that's something there. But we'll have to keep an eye on Chelsea. They might end up higher than I predicted, which I thought they were going to pay for the Pochettino tax. Blue Board Analysis says, "Come on, you Blues." I think Jerry from Blue Board Analysis is going to be might be right, man. They said they strengthened their squad and they're going to be good. So on this
I've
match in
got
particular,
I've got them third.
yeah, on this match in particular, they did really good. All right, just to finish off though, Liverpool Brentford, the last match of the week. I mean, Liverpool did what they had to do. First time for Arne Slot back at Enfield, or not back, the first time at Enfield.
Yeah.
Won. He won, and Luis Diaz, great stuff. Assist from Diego Jota. Luis Diaz also assisted Mohamed Salah, and so good game for Luis Diaz. But the story of this match, we finish off, is this particular instance, mighty twat. And it is that Alexander Trent Arnold was subbed off on this game. And, he is a proper prince of Liverpool, friends with Jude Bellingham and the rest. And all these guys feel like they don't want to come off the pitch. They want to do as they please. Listen, I'm just going to point this out there. Mo Salah, when he comes off, he's been upset at Klopp before, and everybody clapping like sea lions at a circus, because it's Mo Salah. Well, this guy wasn't too happy. Let's take a quick look closely to what happened here. Arne Slot explaining a little bit something to him, and then look at his face. He just he's a bit pouty. But no, or not. I mean, it depends on how you read it, really. I mean, if you really look at it,
Always, if looks could kill, that little glance he gives him.
yeah, look like that. Oh
Just
man,
there.
yeah, and then but it also doesn't help, in my opinion, for Arnslot to just or Arnie to explain anything. Like one thing that Cholo Simeone has said all the time, and he is has a lot of personality. He said, I don't explain my players if they come off, why they come off, and what. All players will want to stay on and play. So if they want to pout and do that, they'll do it there. And but I don't have to explain myself to players, because So what do you think there, mate?
I think he's right. I
Well,
don't know if he's right to take
look
take
at
him
this
off when he was
after the match though. These images as well.
yeah. A bit of an Anthony Gordon situation, isn't it? Remember Brentford? When he
Well, yeah.
spat his dummy out.
Yeah. That could be. That could be. But there you go. Anyways, we got to go to NUFC Talk TV just to finish off. Georgi Mamadashvili looks on the verge of a Liverpool move. So
That's interesting.
That's interesting to see how that's going to happen. Talk that they will loan him out. I have no clue, but that's that. Anyways, I appreciate your support as usual. NUFC Talk TV live right now. So go to it. We'll see you in the next one on Football Uncensored next.